Hello and welcome to Buddhist Store Global's weekly news highlight. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. This week we highlight the news that a Thai monk's walk has brought inspiration to Buddhists across Thailand and beyond. We'll have a look back at recent BDG coverage of Buddhism in Thailand, but first the news. Local residents flocked to greet and be blessed by Long Ta Bun Chen last week as the revered Buddhist monk neared the end of a 1,500-kilometer walking pilgrimage, in Pali known as a Dhamma Yatra, across Thailand. The 72-year-old monk was greeted by respectful rows of well-wishers along the way. His barefoot pilgrimage began at the resort island of Phuket, off the coast of southern Thailand. It will end at his home province of Nakhon Phanom on Thailand's northeast border with Laos. Buddhists along the way knelt by the roadside and offered the traditional Thai Wai, a gesture of greeting and respect as he passed. They also offered floral garlands and bottles of drinking water as Long Ta Bun Chen passed them. The monk, now on the final leg of his sacred journey, gently tapped the heads of the assembled Buddhist faithful with the cylindrical baton of grass stems he carries, bestowing merit and good fortune. Those waiting to pay homage to Long Ta Bun Chen described him to local media as a devout monk who had renounced all material possessions and had dedicated his life to performing good deeds. He accepted only offerings of drinking water, most of which he donates to local schools and hospitals, local media reported. Dhamma Yatras have become an annual tradition for Long Ta Bun Chen, who was ordained as a monk in 2009 after he decided to devote his life to studying the Buddhist teaching. Before taking his monastic vows, he was a householder with a wife and 4 children and a military veteran, having served in the Vietnam War in 1969. Each year, he steps away from life in the monastery to go on the road. In doing so, Long Ta Bun Chen has become a role model, sharing his experiences, spiritual practice, and blessings with the people and communities he encounters en route in exchange for the simple items he requires to continue his pilgrimage. In accordance with the Theravada teachings, his practice also helps those he meets to acquire merit that will contribute to their own path to liberation. Thailand is a predominantly Theravada Buddhist country with 93.5% of the nation's population of almost 70 million people identifying as Buddhists, according to government census data from 2018. The Southeast Asian kingdom has some 40,000 Buddhist temples and almost 300,000 monks. While communities of female renunciates also exist, the monastic authorities in Thailand have never officially recognized the full ordination of women, and ordained women, or bhikkhunis, do not generally enjoy the same level of societal acceptance as their male counterparts. In 2020, we brought you another inspiring story of a monk in Thailand, Venerable Shine Waradamo, an unlikely champion of Thailand's LGBT+ community, working beyond the often conservative bounds of the predominantly Buddhist Thai society and the even more tradition-bound realm of Buddhist monastic officialdom. Waradamo said that year that treating LGBT people badly goes against the Buddhist teaching, and that LGBT people are also humans, they are also Buddhists. He added that as a monk, he supports and accepts all Buddhist people and aims to reduce their suffering. Although Thai society is in many ways tolerant and progressive, its deeply conservative roots continue to hold strong sway. It is often taught that people are born LGBT+ as a result of bad karma accumulated in past lives, so the views espoused by Pra Waradamo can seem subversive. And in the spirit of seeking equality, in 2020, we also featured an interview with Venerable Dhammananda Bhikkhuni, Thailand's first fully ordained Theravadan bhikkhuni. In the interview, Hosen Alan Sanaki asked Dhammananda about her background and updates as she and her then 285 bhikkhunis in Thailand struggled through the early months of the novel coronavirus pandemic. As always, we'll have links to this week's main news story and recent coverage of Buddhism in Thailand in the video description. Use the comments below to let us know what you think about Buddhist societies becoming more equal and accepting. And as always, be sure to check out our website, buddhistdoor.net, for more on this story as well as other news and features about Buddhism around the world.